here, the cursor changes to pointer. Brilliant. Okay guys, the next problem is actually with the minus button. Okay, so the problem is the minus button shows an error on the console every time the local storage is blank. Let me show you what I mean by that. Okay, so guys, you're gonna right click, you're gonna hit inspect on here, delete the entire thing. So now refresh the page, go back to the console, and now click on the minus. Can you see that, guys? We're having an error. So guys, why is this happening? Let me show you. So you're gonna go to your main.js on the decrement function. Okay, the error is actually coming from here. Why is the error coming? Let me tell you. Since, guys, the local storage is blank, which means that the basket is also blank. If the basket is blank, you cannot find anything, which means that eventually the search will be undefined. And in order to handle the undefined, we don't have any if-else statement, right? So that's why the error is coming. In order to stop the error, you're gonna write another if statement here. Okay, then you're gonna write here search equal to undefined. Okay, then you're gonna just return the thing. So what do I mean by this line? I mean by this line is that every time when the search is undefined, then do nothing. Okay, now this line will stop the process. And guys, do you see the second line? You just write here else if. Okay, something like this, else if, and then save the thing. Done. Now let's look at the error. Okay, so first of all, make sure that your local storage is blank. Okay, now let's go back to the console. Now click on the minus. There we go, guys. There is no error right now. Brilliant. Now guys, let's move on to the third problem. So in order to demonstrate the third problem, first of all, add something on your cart. Okay, add something like this. Okay, there we go. Now guys, do this. Go to your inspect and then go back to your local storage like this. Okay, now what is this actually? Tell me, what is this? This is our basket. Okay, so it's gonna show us which products we selected along with the specific quantity that we selected. Okay, this is what? This is the quantity. Okay, so as an example, let's say that I don't want anything from here. I don't want this shirt, 0 quantity. Let's make it 0 like this. So I made it 0, which means that I remove the thing from my basket. Even though you can see a 0, you can see some data here that is getting stored. Okay, so guys, there is no point in keeping something on the basket which has a quantity of 0. It doesn't make any sense. So we need to remove this line. Okay, which line? We have to remove this 0. So guys, in order to do that, just come back to your VS Code on the decrement function. Okay, guys, come back to the main.js on the decrement function. Okay, follow along with me, guys. Look at this, what I'm doing. I'm gonna write here basket. Okay, equal to, I'm gonna write the basket again, and then I'm gonna use the filter function. Look at this, I'm gonna write here dot filter. Okay, something like this. Now you're gonna write here bracket. Inside here you're gonna write an ES6 arrow function like this. Okay, and inside the argument you can pass anything you wish, no problem. But for this tutorial, let's make it simple. I'm gonna pass here X. Okay, now what are we filtering against? Look at this, we are filtering against the item, right? So now we're gonna select the x.item like this. Don't worry guys, I'm gonna explain this. First of all, let's write the entire statement. Okay, so x.item, okay, not equal to 0. Okay guys, now let me explain the meaning of this statement. Do you see this basket here? What is this and what does it actually carry? Let's keep it side by side with our local storage and VS Code. Okay, the basket on the local storage is actually an array. Okay, inside this array it carries all the products that we selected from the store, right? And next up we have applied a filter function here. So what do I mean by this X of the filter function? Do you see this here? We have how many objects here? We have 4 objects. 1, 2, 3, 4. So through the X of the filter function, I mean that target all of these objects one by one. Okay, next up what we're checking is against the item. So look at this individual object here. How many things can you see here? We have 2 things, ID and the item. We don't need the ID, we only need to check the item. Okay, so that's why I have written this x.item. And what do I mean this entire line? X.item is not equal to 0. Through this I mean that we're gonna select all the objects which doesn't have a 0 on the item. So guys, you tell me, how many objects do we have on which the item is 0? Only one object which has an item of 0, which means that this filter will remove this object and then it's going to return the other things. So guys, once the filter function returns the filter data, what we're doing next is that we're setting the data back to the basket. So guys, do you see this line here? We're gonna cut the thing and then we're gonna